What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today I'm using a Snorlax team created by John Luke VGC. I'll make sure to link their video on this team in the description below. Go check that out, subscribe to them as well. But basically, this Snorlax is a very powerful answer to Calyrex Ice Rider. With Thick Fat, you take very little damage from Glacial Lance, especially with Snorlax's insane HP. Safety Goggles, so you can't be spored if they're playing with a Moongus. And you've got Encore, so once they set Trick Room, you're slower than them, you could lock them into that. We also have Crunch, because this being a normal type, it's pretty good into Shadow Rider. Facade, just a good stab move, and if you get statused, it becomes even stronger. And Yawn, awesome support move, love to have it. Doesn't clash with really anything on this team. We also have Brute Bonnet with Spore. Photosynthesis will give it a defense boost in the sun. Raging Bolt with Magnet, Tera Electric, super powerful, gets a special attack boost in the sun. Calyrex, Tera Dark Focus Sash with Disable as a cool tech. That definitely, I'm going to see if I can make that work with something. And Koraidon, a pretty standard set, but it's kind of on the slower side, but it's a pretty strong Pokemon in general. So, from what I've heard about this team, this Snorlax is great into Ice Rider. So if you use this team, you will not fight an Ice Rider. Let's see if that holds true in my battles with it. I'm going to bring Snorlax either way, probably, if I can even remotely justify it. So let's jump into it. Alright, we've got Shadow Rider and Terapagos. Snorlax is okay against those. Grimmsnarl, Volcarona, Iron Hands, Amoonguss. Snorlax is not very good against those. But if we get burned on Flame Body, we can get a stronger Facade, so that's something. And we're Fairy Tera, which not very useful. Alright, Snorlax I like. Do I like it right off the bat? I don't know, maybe. Koraidon in the end game is important to take out Terapagos. So we do stuff to them, then we bring in Koraidon. Calyrex is a fine lead, immune to Fake Out. Don't hate just clicking the go button with that. Disable could be interesting too. Do I want to put it with a fast Fake Out of my own? Do I want to put it with... Do I want Raging Bolt if we don't have Snarl? No, not really. Brute Bonnet seems cool though. It's good against Calyrex. Spore is fantastic. Yeah, Snorlax, Koraidon. Okay. I think Snorlax might be able to do some stuff here. Yawn into Terapagos is really strong. Encore into Terapagos is really strong. Being a fat, normal body... Ooh, cool trainer card. That has Crunch is good into Calyrex. And we got Goggles as well. So Rage Powder won't affect us. And Spore won't affect us. Alright, you can't Rage Powder away my Brute Bonnet's attack. Their ability went off before ours, and we're max speed, so they're max speed. I expect them to be able to do something. I could Tera Water here. Who else am I going to Tera? Probably my own Calyrex. Could be the other option, but don't fear that too much. I'm just going to try to protect and Spore them. Alright, we protect first, no Tera to be seen. Just Astral Barrage. And Struggle Bug, Fiery Dance. Should I have Tera'd maybe? I think the Astral Barrage better. I'm not going to go down to a Fiery Dance, so I don't think I needed to Tera there. I would have been roughly the same HP. And this turn, the Tera is even stronger. Astral Barrage, and then I can Tera Spore Volcarona. And they're not going to Tera, and they have a guaranteed sleep turn, so the way they're playing, they're probably Sash. Maybe they'll have Struggle Bug this time, but I think they would have clicked that in the first place if they had it. Rage Powder is okay. You can redirect what Brute Bonnet does now, but are you gonna be Goggles Volcarona? I don't think that's really a thing. Nah. So now I can lock you down with Sucker Punch while I barrage again. I don't expect you to get Sucker Punched, but saves me from having to worry about whether we speed tie. Because I know we speed tie, but I don't have to worry about winning the speed tie. Would be nice to hit the Volcarona, I guess. They wake up and protect. Fine. Guaranteed sleep turn from Volcarona this turn means you're both going to be low. And I have the speed tie plus you staying asleep for a second turn. So 1 turn sleep means you would wake up here. That's 1 in 3. 1 in 3 that they wake up here, 1 in 2 that they move before me. If they do, so they need to hit the 1 in 3 and the 1 in 2 in order to get damage off. Okay, because they would have to Rage Powder away the Sucker Punch and then outspeed my Astral Barrage. Okay, they're not taking that risk. Fair enough. I get to take Volcarona for free here. They get Terapagos in, which can pretty easily do some damage to Brute Bonnet. They went for a priority move. They were trying to protect Volcarona. I could... Well, let's see what they send in. If it's just Calyrex again, we can still lock it down with Sucker Punch. But they're not gonna fall for that one. Maybe I Astral Barrage and try to Spore Terapagos. Yeah, make them do something. Okay, if that something is Terrastalize, fine. If you're just going Terra Starstorm, cool. Don't really mind. I can Collision Course you, which would be nice. You're just gonna protect here? Yeah. I guess Sucker Punch would have been a little better, but nah. I was thinking Sucker Punch Psychic double up into Terapagos, but whatever. Meteor Beam is interesting. Who are you hitting? You must be hitting Brute Bonnet. But you might even miss. You don't miss. Good for you. That's probably it. That probably hits, right? Cool. Snorlax can take hits pretty well. And get the crunch. I think I want to do that first. And I really want to protect Calyrex so I can disable Starstorm. Because I think disabling Starstorm would be really funny. They've got Meteor Beam. They'll probably have Meteor Beam, Starstorm, Protect, and Earth Power or Flamethrower. I would expect the last move to be. Yep, Astral Barrage ain't gonna do nothing. You're just hoping to get the speed tie against my Cali. Tera Starstorm, perfect. How much does Snorlax? A decent chunk. Alright. Critical hit! Good job, Snorlax! They had 1 HP and they were 4 times weak to it, so that's when you crit. When you really need the crit, yeah, right there. Iron Hands. That's rough. But we've got Disable here. And we've got... I'll go for a Yawn into the Iron Hands. I don't expect to get it. But it would be really strong if I could. I expect probably low kick into Snorlax. Heavy Slam. Okay. Here, have a Yawn. Now I can protect Calyrex. Again, if I wanted to, and bring in Koraidon mostly safely. And battle's canceled. They're done. Woo! Let's go, Snorlax. GG. Alright. Zamazenta Kyogre, Thunderous Therian form, Dragonite Chenpao, and Spectrier. Bro, what? Huh? What is this nonsense? I love it. This is not a Snorlax game at all. What does Snorlax do? Yawn? Takes special hits pretty well? Raging Bolt's biggest fear is Chenpao. Chenpao is pretty scary. I like Calyrex, Bonnet, Koraidon. Who's my last? Rillaboom is iffy. Good into Kyogre, not much else. Raging Bolt. It's not bad into Kyogre, but not amazing into anything. Snorlax is the featured mon of the day. Has some funny tech. We already have Koraidon and Amoonguss for that Kyogre. Probably gonna lose to Zamazenta. But we're bringing Snorlax. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, Snorlax. You got this. You got this. Snorlax has got this. I'm not worried. Snorlax totally got this. Awesome trainer card. Love that. Chenpao Dragonite. Oh, that old combo. We'll see y'all. I could swap in and set up Sun to get Brute Bonnet a defense boost, which could be nice. I don't think it's Calyrex's time. Could just go Koraidon and Spore somebody. Chenpao. I could have Tera watered here too. I'm wondering if I want to save it for Koraidon though. But now we're very tanky and Rocky Helmeted and might be fine. We get to see your Tera right away, which I love. Dragonite, so Astral Barrage is going to do nothing. Cool. Any chance you lock extreme speed and I can just bring Calyrex back in safely? Huh. Maybe. Break your multi-scale. Don't even do half to Brute Bonnet. Ice Spinner, break your Sash. Do you KO? You do KO. Good for you. Calyrex time. Alright, Fire Tera so we don't get got by Ice Move. Flame Charge to get some speed. No. Collision Course Dragonite. Don't Tera, because we can disable the Chen-Tao's Ice Move. Alright, that's just as good. Extreme Speed is never going to knock out a bulky Koraidon. It does a lot of damage, though. And this way we preserve Tera and get rid of your Dragonite and your Tera. And, Kyogre maybe? That Dragonite was doing a lot of damage, if I'm being honest. Yep, here's Kyogre. Hello. Fine time to bring in Snorlax, I think. And I will just protect Cali for now. Have the Dark Tera for fun later, but I'm going to give it a turn. Did reveal Disable now, so they're aware of that tech. Chen-Tao swap, cool. Zama, fine. Snorlax, you are on the field. Make yourself useful. Origin Pulse? Okay, you're not Scarf. Snorlax dodges! Yay! Probably Body Press Snorlax. Bring in Chen-Tao. So I could Tera Fairy here. Facade that slot and Astral Barrage. Try to beat up the Chen-Tao as it comes in. Oh, they're not switching. Oh. Oh, I thought for sure they would want to take Weather Control back. Are they going to Wide Guard? No. Alright. Free Astral Barrage. Not the craziest damage in the world, probably. Heavy Slam into Cali. And Water Spout, which takes Cali. Okay, good call. Very good call. Here, have a Facade. Koraidon can't win from here because it's not fast enough. They can outspeed Koraidon and just body press it. They already used Tera. Maybe they protect Zamazenta. Maybe they're worried about Koraidon actually outspeeding them and they protect Zamazenta. In which case, I need to get a Flame Charge off on the Chen-Tao. It doesn't much matter what I do with Snorlax. They are leaving Kyogre in, and we were faster than the Zamazenta anyway. And we lose. Did I overthink that? Alright, if I were to Flare Blitz into the Zamazenta, knock it out, the Ice Beam there does nothing. They bring in Chien-Pao. The Chien-Pao would be faster than Koraidon and knock it out before I could do anything. Snorlax can't knock out Chien-Pao, but it can't do much damage to me. Oh, man. Yeah, now the Kyogre swaps. Wow. Okay. Snorlax had a shot there, but they did not do what I expected them to do, basically. Heavy Slam might do it. Snorlax is pretty fat. Yep. No, we live. That was a crit, too. Okay, so Snorlax is built to take a lot of hits here, but it's not going to be enough in the long term. So I am out of here. I wonder if Snorlax could have brought that back. Probably not. Good game. Alright, we got a top 1000 player here using CSR Zama with Smeargle, Tornadus, Rillaboom, and Landorus Therian form. You don't see him very often. Okay. Smeargle, Tornadus with Calyrex? Interesting. Very interesting. Very scary. Goggles Snorlax is interesting against things that are not Zamazenta or Landorus. Koraidon I love. Probably want to lead Koraidon and support it in some way against Smeargle even? Which would probably be Amoonguss. My Shadow Rider's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with Shadow Rider. And then Raging Bolt is okay. Snorlax is okay. Monkey is okay. It's gonna be Snorlax. It's good against Shadow Rider. If I get into an endgame against Shadow Rider and remove everything else, it's good. Smeargle can't do much to it if it has like Spore. Yawn and Encore Disruption could be pretty solid. Might have to position my... I could maybe position my Shadow Rider to disable Body Press, or I could Tera Fairy the Snorlax. Heavy Slam shouldn't do too much damage. That's a cool trainer card. A Greedent looking out at the sunrise or sunset or whatever that is. Tornadus Smeargle. Okay. Seems a bit passive. Tornadus does have some offensive pressure here, though. I think I'm going to go Tera Flame Charge and Rage Powder. No, I'm going to Protect. And Spore Tornadus. Really don't know what to expect here. Fake out into Koraidon. Okay, that's about what I expected. And Bleak Windstorm, maybe? Yeah, Bleak Windstorm. Alright, that's about what I thought. Cool. I can live with that. Does do over half, but oh well. They're not Safety Goggles Tornadus. Not sure that's a thing. Moody gives you special defense, don't really care. Speed Drop is cool. Yeah, let's... Don't really need to Tera here. But it would do more damage. But I'm just going to Flame Charge the Tornadus and Rage Powder whatever Smeargle tries to do. Here, Flame Charge. Does do over half. Cool. And you can't Spore me because I can redirect your Spores. speed is up. Don't love that. Let's Tera, Flame Charge. No. Yeah. Yeah. No, let's just Flame Charge normally. And you're going to either not Spore this time, or Tera Grass Spore. That would be annoying. I'm gonna try to Spore the Smeargle. You're just gonna follow me. Here's Flame Charge for you. Doesn't knock it out. Did they get a defense boost? Alright, still asleep with Tornadus. And here, have a Spore, Smeargle. Liking how this is going so far. Another defense rise, whatever. I got +2 speed. They got special defense and defense up. Crazy. Alright, so I'm going to go for the Flame Charge into Tornadus to take it out. They'll probably wake up and get their Tailwind off. I'm going to just Seed Bomb, try to get rid of this Smeargle. Alright, Smeargle's asleep. Tornadus is asleep. Double KO for our lead. Didn't have to use Tera. Lost half health on Bonnet. Got +3 on Koraidon. But that's 4 turns of our sun. We only got 1 left. Decent start, I'll say. I'll give up the sun for +3 speed and to take 2 of your mons. And if any of these don't have Protect on them, watch out. Last turn of sun. Do need to see what they're gonna do. Do I just protect Koraidon here? Koraidon's... Could Terrafire, Flare Blitz, Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'll just click the buttons. You can't Tera both. You could Tera you could Tera one of them and protect the other. And then you'll take less damage, but you're not gonna one-shot Koraidon unless you attack with both. Alright, you let me Sucker Punch. You don't have Sash. I critical hit you. Goodbye. You didn't Tera your Zamazenta. You didn't protect your Zamazenta. Goodbye? Good job, Snorlax. You did it. I did bring Snorlax. You gotta admit, I brought Snorlax. Alright, I'll say I got a pretty good lead there. Okay. I think I like that combo. Great trainer card. Alright, we've got Zacian, Kyogre, Swordfish. They've got Roaring Moon. They've got Amoonguss, Urshifu, and Chenpao. Not a Snorlax game. Not remotely a Snorlax game. Koraidon's very good, but Kyogre will turn off our weather. We need Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is solid. Tera Electric is nice. Gonna have to worry about Play Rough a lot. Shadow Rider, good. Brute Bonnet, pretty good. Okay, we've got a lot of good mons here. I think I want Raging Bolt and Calyrex right away. With that, unless they go with Tailwind mode right away, we could even double into the Zacian. I'm gonna bring Koraidon, and then I'm gonna bring Snorlax anyway. Am I? I really shouldn't bring Snorlax here. Bringing Snorlax is a throw. I'm not gonna lie. But there's definitely some stuff he can do here. Yawn Pressure is fantastic. Cool trainer card. Encore is nice. It can take some hits for sure. Okay, they're going with straight Urshifu, Roaring Moon. Don't mind that. Is your Urshifu Tera water? Because if so, you're kind of stuck from Thunderclap. Don't mind if I do. Is that really the play? Nah. The actual play is to just Dragon Pulse here and bring in Koraidon. Because if you try to Surging Strikes either of us in the sun, not going to do nothing. You try to swap out, who cares? I'll give myself a special attack boost to have a strong Dragon Pulse. Yeah. And if you go for knockoff into Calyrex, it won't be a Calyrex. What this doesn't cover for is you swap a non-Scarf Urshifu out to Kyogre and take the weather control, I guess. It still lets me get a hit. It might not KO without the sun. Okay, you're just attacking and tailwinding. That's probably fine. Surging Strikes? Sure. Whatever. Not sure if you are Scarf or not. Really? You were just gonna let me Thunderclap? I wonder if it's Sash then. Dragon Pulse. KO. Beautiful. Probably a Kyogre? If I had to guess. But then you got 2 Thunderclap targets on the field. Alright. You say so. I think this is a fine time for Snorlax to come in. I'll just Thunderclap Urshifu, bring in Snorlax. Ah! Got that wrong. Hello, Zacian. Are they gonna commit Tera? They are. Okay, so Thunderclapping Kyogre might not have done much here. Because they're Grass Tera. Okay, fine. Water move? Ice Beam the Raging Bolt? Ice Beam someone else? Just Water Spout. Snorlax can eat that, no problem. Alright, play rough Water Spout. What I can do about that is Tera Electric, Thunderclap, in the sun, with Magnet. That's not going to one-shot Zacian by any means. Then I lose Tera as well. I need to stall out their Tailwind. It's only a couple turns of that anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do the big Thunderclap onto Zacian and hard swap Koraidon for the sun. Ooh, Kyogre swap. Interesting. Well, I'm going to get the sun boosted, Tera boosted, Magnet boosted Thunderclap. Don't know if I needed to do all that or if I should have done all that. If I get knocked out here and I have to bring in Shadow Rider, that could be a problem. Brute Bonnet would have been pretty nice to have, honestly. Let's see how much this does. Nothing? Because they're not attacking. Oh, they got Swords Dance. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord have mercy. Tailwind's almost done. Let's Thunderclap Zacian and they don't want to give up their attack boost. Thunderclap Zacian, bring in Snorlax. Yeah, Urshifu swapping to Kyogre makes sense. But I like that because then I can potentially position Shadow Rider after they lose Tailwind. And still get weather control. So Snorlax is just acting as a pivot here. Just a fat body that can take a water spout. Which is pretty nice to have. Alright, how much does this do? Alright, yeah, the sun wasn't going to be enough. Get the KO there, fine by me. Scarf Kyogre or Scarf Urshifu? Someone's got a Scarf. But I got Sash Calyrex. Astral Barrage. Set up the sun. If you commit to swapping something, it's going to take a big hit. If you leave Zacian unprotected, it's going to take a big hit. If you are Scarf Kyogre, you can hit me pretty hard. But you would have to Water Spout, probably, and then you're going to get hit and be weaker next turn. Zacian just protects. So are you Scarf Ogre? No. So that's probably okay. That's pretty nice. Just Water Spout after getting hit, love it. So yeah, we're hoping Astral Barrage is enough for Zacian, and then it's probably Scarf Urshifu. So I will want the Flame Charge. Yeah, Kyogre swap makes sense. If Zacian can take this hit, maybe they still have a shot. Ooh, whoa, so low. That's really rough, because now if they are Scarf Urshifu, they can win. By just bringing in Kyogre and knocking out Calyrex. Well played. Zacian living in the red. I knew it would be close. I didn't... what else could I have done there? If I had brought in Snorlax, that wouldn't have changed anything because they would have the same play available. They have to be Scarf Urshifu. They must be. They'll just bring in Kyogre then. Yep, you bring in Kyogre, your Scarf Urshifu takes out Calyrex, and then Zacian can take out Snorlax from here. Yep. Alright, that was a good game. A little bit back and forth there. Saving Tera for Calyrex wouldn't have helped. If I had protected Koraidon, it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. If I had saved Tera for Koraidon, That may have helped. Because then Zacian not being able to one-shot it if I had the Tera Fire. I think that's something I could have done. Maybe they hit Play Rough and miss forever? Nope, they got this. Snorlax, no! Oh, Snorlax, you tried. You tried your best. You got a KO. Alright, good game to my opponent. They played well. They played really well. And they got a good trainer card. And we are back. I think overall a decent showcase for Snorlax, considering it lived up to its name and scared away every Ice Rider. We didn't fight a single one. But I hope you enjoyed anyway. Snorlax got to do some stuff here and there. And this team felt pretty strong on its own. Well, anyway, go check out John Luke VGC in the description. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel after you subscribe to his. But anyways, I'm Jordy. And, alright, peace.